Good morning, and happy Monday from the farm. Welcome to another episode of Thinking Outside the Soil, where I talk about the topics related to the farmers and ranchers that use hydroponic practices to grow the crops and creatures we need to eat. I am your host, Sean Short, co-founder and director at Blooming Health Farms. Thank you for being with us on this beautiful morning. I am currently standing out in the coop. It is a beautiful winter morning. It's a little chilly though. I'm out in the sun and I'm wearing black, so I am just soaking it up, trying to keep warm. And while I'm out here in the cold, I'm reminded that during this time is when the ladies slow down their egg laying. And so many of mine are going through molt right now, like many of you that have birds. You're probably seeing that your egg production has slowed down. So thinking about this and dreaming about how I want some more eggs, I thought today it would be a good time to just keep it brief, keep it short, and just chat quickly about chicken eggs. The first thing my business partner said to me when I brought the chicks home to the farm was, "Sean, I want you to look up egg laying laws." And I was like, that is awesome, because what we're trying to do here at Blooming Health Farms is teach entrepreneurship to at-risk youth. So adding an egg laying operation seemed like a no-brainer. And for those of you that are new, I have Blooming Health Farms is an aquaponics farm. And so I simply rebranded how I speak to people and now say we're a farm that uses aquaponics. And we've all fallen in love with these girls, and they've actually shown me how to be a better farmer. So one of the first things that I learned about feeding hydroponic fodder to livestock was from my flock. And, I, of course, have been reading everything that I could since I became a chicken man. I have a Story's Guide to Raising Chickens and Small-Scale Poultry Flock just sitting there on my desk. And, of course, I've consumed everything Joel Salatin has ever put out there about chickens, and his Pastured Poultry Profits is amazing. For us, we are right now on a small space, so it just doesn't quite apply for what we're trying to do. Though what Joel's model does show is that in order to have healthy chickens, you likely don't need commercial feed. And most specifically, in order to get good eggs, you likely don't need that commercial feed. So that was the real big first aha when looking back at what it is I'm doing, that said, I think I'm really on to something here. So let's just touch on chicken eggs and how adding hydroponic fodder is even better than just simply forage or layer pellets alone. But real quick, if you like what you hear, please subscribe to this channel. Head on over to my Facebook or Instagram page and give us a like. Give Blooming Health Farms a like. Rate and review the show. It'll help me know what it is I'm trying to do and how to best serve you. And I like to start with a little bit of boilerplate, though because it's Monday, I will keep it light and not get too nerdy on you. Chicken eggs are one of the most common food ingredients that we find. They're used in a variety of different dishes, and almost every recipe that we see has an egg on it. So now, for those of us newer to the chicken world, I often get this question, so who lays the eggs? Well, it's the female chickens, and we call those female chicken hens. I also give them a variety of different feminine pronouns as I speak with them throughout the day, but we will generally say when you hear the word hen, we're generally referring to a chicken that lays eggs. and likely more for a purpose that we're collecting those eggs and eating them on a regular basis. So all birds are going to lay eggs. So that's the other aspect. Now, those eggs, their shells come in a variety of different colors: white, brown, blue, green, cream, coffee colored, olive, pink, less than pink, and there is a slew of them, probably every color that we could see between the rainbow. And though mostly what we see on the shelf at the grocery store are white or brown eggs, and we won't go too into depth about some of that, most of the ones that people raise in their backyards are breeds that lay colored eggs. So there are a few breeds out there that will lay only white eggs, and so kind of what I'm alluding to or suggesting is that the color of egg is breed specific. A question I often get, and you may get yourself, is how do chickens lay eggs? And I said I'm going to keep it light, so we'll just use the biggest nerdy word I can find to do that. And chickens lay eggs through this process called oviposition. So they make the egg inside their body, and about every 25 hours, we get an egg. That means pretty much every single day we can count on getting 1 egg per chicken. And this is one of the reasons why chickens are continuously domesticated, because of that clockwork production. And it's pretty neat. So during the winter, they will slow down if you are raising them like in your backyard or in a less controlled environment. So their laying will be dependent upon the breed and the environmental condition that you have. The chicken eggs that we get are brown eggs, and I will get 1 egg a day from all of these ladies that I have. I have some red comets, some red stars, and some buckeyes. I also have Australorp and an Easter eggers, a couple of those. So those are what I've got, and they'll lay eggs pretty much throughout the year if I give them the best space to do so. I have let them go through molt on purpose. I actually adopted a bunch from a place that was quite unhealthy, and they were getting raped by a rooster. And so now I see that the hydroponic fodder I've been giving them is just totally turned around their health. Their feathers look amazing, but the most amazing thing, and to talk about what I mean to today, are the chicken eggs. My patrons were like, "Sean, those are some of the best eggs I've ever had." And I, at first, of course, thinking it's just simply a compliment from a person buying something from us. However, I heard that time and time and time again. And as I understood what was inside of this feed, the benefits of the fodder, one of the things that hydroponic fodder conveys to the chicken eggs is this high omega-3 and high omega-6 fatty acid profile, as well as a high carotenoid profile. So we've got high vitamin A's and a high fatty acid. So the things that my patrons were saying were absolutely true. Their eggs were this really deep yellow color, and the yolks stood up super tall. The whites didn't spread out, and they almost had to hit the eggs a couple times to get them to crack. That led me to wanting to look at what this means even deeper. So I have applied for a USDA grant to better understand what this means, because one of the common questions that we hear is, what do you need to feed laying hens? And the conventional wisdom is that we feed conventional layer pellets. So a commercial layer pellet feed, or sometimes we just call it layer pellets or layer feed, or I generally like to call it commercial kibble or layer kibble, and I do that as a little bit of a jab to the commercial feed industry, but as well as it smells and tastes very similarly to what we feed our pets. And yes, I do taste everything, at least taste everything that goes out to the animals. If I have a pretty keen sense of taste, so if it's terrible to me, it's likely not going to be okay for anything else that I feed it out to. Those commercial feeds are formulated to have a balanced diet, which is awesome. We need to make sure that we're feeding out our creatures what it is that they absolutely need. So I feed this blended sprout of barley and sunflower fodder, and I feed it out at a 75% part of their diet, which means that I'm also feeding commercial kibble to them. So I've calculated what it is that my hens need, and I ration out my commercial kibble, giving them about 25%. I actually have it measured out so that the kids, the volunteers, can just do that. I don't always get the opportunity to be out there and feed. However, it's Monday morning and a perfect time to be out here and talk to you. The formulated feed has everything they need to give the good eggs so that you can go to the grocery store and get those eggs for a cheap price. Now, cheap today is different than it used to be. Eggs are pretty much like gold. So that being said, I want to encourage all of us to feed hydroponic fodder to our flock to give us better eggs, and most specifically to give a commercial layer, whether they be small scale or larger scale, a value added product. It's possible to feed laying hens more than just the barley or the sunflower. Any of the ABCDs of hydroponic fodder that I've mentioned last week and in previous episodes are ideal candidates. Of course, however, it's important to remember that they do need to have a balanced diet in order to get good eggs and have good health. So we need to make sure that we are consulting with those professionals, those nutritionists, and the veterinarians and other animal experts that can look at this. So it's another reason why I am trying to become more of a chicken guy and understand how this feed truly influences the chicken's health, because anecdotally we see that that's what chickens eat. If their chickens were in the wild, they wouldn't have a good commercial pellet. Now, again, we have to be mindful that we're also trying to get a product, so we are influencing that product. However, again, as we've seen in Joel Salatin's model, the pastured chickens do phenomenal without having to eat this formulated layer pellet. So with that, that's all I really do have for you today. I just wanted to jump into chicken eggs and some of the benefits and what we see, and hang out here with my flock and be with you today. But as always, I would love to hear or read your thoughts. If you've enjoyed today's show, please drop a comment. Let me know if you've enjoyed anything else. I'd absolutely love to hear that. And of course, if you want to hear something or there's something you'd like me to talk about, please. This show isn't just for me, it's also for you. So wherever you are, do let me know. I always read and respond to everything, so I want to do my best to connect to you. If you'd like to learn more about how hydroponic fodder helps farmers save water, improve livestock quality, and become better stewards, I encourage you to continue to tune into the show. You can also check out thinkingoutsidethesoil.com. Head on over there, sign up for the newsletter, stay in touch. You can also get a free copy of my book. Right now, I am doing something really awesome. You just send me your address, pay for the shipping, and I will rush ship a copy of your book, and you can jump in and start understanding what it means to be part of the next agricultural revolution. So Thank you for being with us on another gorgeous morning here at Blooming Health Farms, where we're thinking outside the soil. Take care and have a lovely day. Hey, before you go, check out the links below. Leave me a rating and review and follow the show. Don't forget to get yourself some of our Blooming Health blended sprouting mix. Our mix has been shown to get the best eggs and create the healthiest flocks. With feed costs going up, right now's the time to lock in a subscription so that you can get the best eggs without having to go to the grocery store or the feed store anymore. Check out the links below to get yourself some Blooming Health blended sprouting mix.